Hello everyone and welcome to our guided reading lesson today on poetry. So we're going to just start with a quick recap of last week, okay? So the poem My Mother Saw a Dancing Bear by Charles Causley. Now I had a look through your answers last week and I was very impressed, okay? You all gave it a really good go, clearly listened carefully to the poem, did a really good job of interpreting what was written in the poem and came up with some excellent answers, okay? So well done. We're just going to go quick recap of all the questions from last week, just so we're clear and we know we can hear a few of my thoughts too, okay, like we normally would in a lesson. So we're just going to go through them now. So question 1 said, who asked who the poem was written by? So, and everyone got this correct, as you would hope. And it was Charles Causley, okay? Now, question 2 asked us, in which month did Mother see a dancing bear in the schoolyard? So if we scan through the poem, if we start at the top, we can see very quickly, there's a month. And it is June, okay? And that was one of the options, so we can tick off June. So well done. I think we all got that one correct too. Now, question 3, some of us didn't quite get this one correct. It says here, the keeper stood with chain and bar and whistle pipe and played a tune, okay? Now, one of the options was chain and bar, and some of us did select that, but it was whistle pipe, okay? The answer was whistle pipe because just because the keeper has a chain and bar with them doesn't mean they're using that to play the tune. The actual tune is coming from the whistle pipe, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. And then question number 4 was asked you, what do you think caper means, okay? So if you see here, it caper in the summer heat. And this means to prance in a carefree way, okay? Lots of us got that correct, so well done, okay? Just another interesting way to say that, good word. And then question 5, what word class do you think Bruin is? Okay, what word class do you think Bruin is? Now, our options were noun, adverb, adjective, or verb, okay? So if you see here, only in Bruin's eyes. Now, Bruin is actually sort of an old-fashioned word for bear, okay? So that would make it a noun, just like the word bear is a noun. Bruin is another way of saying bear, so that's a noun, okay? Only in Bruin's eyes, so only in the bear's aching eyes, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Now, question 6 required a bit more explanation, and it asked us to look at line 15 and say, why was the bear's coat of fur burning? So if you notice here, the bear with a burning coat of fur, shaming the laughter to the stop. So why do you think the coat was burning? Well, obviously, we know this is all happening in June, okay? So June, summer months, is naturally going to be hotter. And the bear's clearly being asked to perform, isn't it? If you look here, he's being asked to do somersaults, okay? So he or she's been asked to perform in this hot weather, okay? It's asking a lot, and it's clearly, you know, we can infer, when we look at this here, this last line, far distant forests and the snow, this allows us to infer, and I'll explain why in question 7, this allows us to infer that actually the bear prefers a colder climate, okay? It is saying in aching eyes, what we're essentially asking question 7 already, but it's saying in its aching eyes that it sees the forest and the snow where it should be, its natural habitat, okay? So that's why it's burning, because it's not used to, the fur is so thick because it lives in a cold climate, usually, okay? But it's been taken forcibly to this hot place and asked to perform, okay? So not very nice at all. Animal cruelty, essentially, is the key theme running through this poem, okay? So hopefully a lot of you picked up on that, which is good. Now, question 7, as I've said, why is there far distant forest and the snow in the Bruin's aching eyes? Okay, so aching eyes, it's a lovely description. What it's saying is it wishes, it longs to be in those forests, in the snow, okay? It's not where it should be. And that is why, because it just wishes, it's being kept against its will, okay? It's a horrible, horrible situation for that bear to be in, okay? And this poem captures that really well, okay? It captures that horrible emotion that bear is feeling. And then that leads us on nicely to question 8, which says, why do you think the children stopped laughing at the bear on line 16? So let's find line 16, shaming the laughter to a stop, okay? So because the children realize, initially they thought it was fun seeing a bear doing these tricks and somersaults, but then they started to realize that actually this bear is in a lot of pain. It is not a nice thing. And the children, is that the word shame, okay? The children realize, actually, you know what? We shouldn't be laughing about this. This is horrible. And that realization for the children is probably a big moment for them as they start to see just how bad this is, okay? So that is why the laughter has stopped. What was fun initially has suddenly turned really horrible, and they've just started to make sense of that, okay? So well done. Okay, I think it was a lovely poem and you gave it such a good go answering those questions. So brilliant, okay? Now, today we're going to have a look at a poem called What Has Happened to Lulu, okay? And this is another poem by Charles Causley. I'm going to read it to you now, and I just want you to close your eyes and listen to it, okay? There'll be some questions to come afterwards, but I just want you to close your eyes and listen to this poem, okay? What Has Happened to Lulu by Charles Causley. What has happened to Lulu, mother? What has happened to Lou? There's nothing in her bed but an old rag doll, and by its side, a shoe. Why is her window wide, mother, the curtain flapping free, and only a circle on the dusty shelf where her money box used to be? Why do you turn your head, mother, and why do teardrops fall? And why do you crumple that note on the fire and say it is nothing at all? I woke to voices late last night. I heard an engine roar. Why do you tell me the things I heard were a dream and nothing more? I heard somebody cry, mother, in anger or in pain. But now I ask you why, mother. You say it was a gust of rain. Why do you wander about as though you don't know what to do? What has happened to Lulu, mother? What has happened to Lou? Okay, so a very powerful poem, okay? Now, so you can, I'm going to provide you with the poem in written form so you can use it to answer the questions, but go through the questions and then we will go through the answers either at the start of next week or during our next guided reading lesson, okay? So give it a go and well done. And I look forward to seeing your responses. Thank you very much.